Now, this was significant because several witnesses had reported seeing similar cars around the Rooty Hill Road area at the time of the murder. A search is started and a public appeal issued. And in December 2004, the car is finally found abandoned on private land, not far from McNeil's former home.
We executed the search warrants on that car, on Mr McNeil's old flat and the grounds of his old flat. We also executed a search warrant on the house next door, which had been a building site at the time, all for the purpose of forensic examinations.
The car is taken to a secure, sealed shed where it won't be contaminated. In stifling summer heat, a team of investigators conducts a microscopic examination over 3 days, taking the car apart piece by piece.
Their diligence remained as high as all get. I had to get to the stage where I had to say, time to take a break. You're going to kill yourself if you keep this up. I think they went through about 3 different vacuum cleaners, burnt the motors out of them, just because of the humidity.
The examination produces some human DNA, along with some hairs, some fragments of glass, and flecks of white and green paint. Matching glass fragments are found outside McNeil's former home, while the white paint flecks match those on Janelle's body. Some of the hair isn't suitable for normal nuclear DNA testing, and it has to be sent to the United States for a more complex process called mitochondrial DNA testing. This traces an individual's maternal lineage, so the hair is sent along with DNA samples taken from Janelle's mother, Carol. Amazingly, Bob Peters has to wait a frustrating 12 months to get the results.
We had to fly those hairs over to America by safe hand courier. They were lodged with the DNA experts or the laboratory over there with a promised timeline that kept on getting extended and to the end where we said, well, we found another suitably qualified laboratory. We had to get somebody to fly over, get the hairs from the first laboratory and take them to the second laboratory and then wait for their process again.
In the meantime, Glenn McNeil is located in New Zealand and put under surveillance. Since leaving Norfolk, he's formed a de facto marriage and fathered 2 children. When the test results finally come back, they show the paint samples match those found on Janelle's body, and the glass fragments are declared by several experts to match the glass found in Janelle's hair. Most important of all, the hairs match Janelle's family DNA. To prove that it is definitely Janelle's DNA in the car, the detective must establish that her mother, uncle, and brother Mark have never been near the vehicle.
I've got statements from each of those 3 people to say they've never been in that white Honda and particularly never been in the boot of any vehicle on Norfolk Island. And I believe that on that basis that with the glass, the fingerprint on the plastic and the hair, we had sufficient to get a first instance warrant for Mr McNeil's arrest.
On the northern tip of New Zealand's South Island, the man was taken into
McNeil is taken into custody in New Zealand.
The suspect was taken to police cells for questioning. Across the Tasman, the AFP confirmed the arrest.
It was a recent DNA breakthrough that led to the arrest of this man this afternoon.
Despite being warned repeatedly that he does not have to answer any questions, he agrees to an interview and gives the amazed detectives an extraordinary story.
And I woke up and I was going for a drive down to the beach. I was driving down around the road and I bent down to, as I was coming around the corner, I drifted down to pick up my smokes. And then I all of a sudden run over something. And I thought I'd run over a cow or a dog or something like that. And then as I got out of my car, I looked under the car and she was under there, stuck under my car.
Oh, shit! No, come on.
What happened then?
I pulled her out and put her in the boot because I thought she was dead.
So did she show any reaction? Or
no, she was quiet. Didn't hear any noises or anything. I said, "Are you okay?" and she was not saying anything, not moving. That's when I panicked and just put her into the boot of my car.
And what did you do then?
I drove back home and sat back home, and I just sat at home for about an hour or two, and then I grabbed the black plastic from out the back, and I grabbed a knife, and I think I stabbed her.
But parts of McNeil's version of events do not match all the evidence. Glenn McNeil has been arrested in New Zealand and has confessed to killing Janelle Patton. He's formally charged with the murder, and in August 2006, he's flown back to Norfolk Island to appear at a committal hearing. It's a dramatic moment, and there's great anticipation as his plane arrives and taxis to the terminal. Media from all over the world are poised to record the first images of the man who's confessed to the now notorious murder. Norfolk Islanders will now get their first glimpse of this man whose crime has dominated their lives over the past 4 years. But they'll have to wait another 6 months before they get to hear the full details, because at the committal hearing, he pleads not guilty and is committed to trial. When the trial begins in February 2007, he formally retracts his confession, claiming he was mentally ill at the time of his arrest. McNeil's description of what happened is certainly at odds with the many and varied injuries Janelle suffered.
I think his confession, which was not a full confession, was admitting to the crime but trying to downplay the seriousness of it and his role and his culpability in it.
Forensic pathologist Alan Carla is insistent when the attack occurred, Janelle was clearly conscious because she had such extensive defensive injuries.
Things might have started out the same way as what you've told me. I think that a lot more happened between you and Janelle Patton while she was still alive and conscious and able to resist than what you've told me. I don't want to shock you and I don't want to horrify you, but I think it's important that I show you a number of photographs now of the injuries that Janelle Patton suffered. This is a photograph depicting the right hand of Janelle Patton. It shows a ring on her middle finger, a gold bracelet, and a severe injury to the right thumb where it joins to a hand. Can you tell me how Janelle Patton suffered that injury?
No, I can't.
That injury has been described as a classic defence injury, suggesting that Janelle Patton has grabbed hold of the blade of a knife and has cut through her hand. I'll show you photograph 17 of that book. Minor incised wounds running across the front of Janelle Patton's neck. Can you explain how she suffered those injuries?
No.
Photograph 18 shows the same injuries but a bit closer up. Photograph 19 depicts an injury to Janelle Patton's neck where it joins her shoulder at the rear of her body, which is an incised wound running horizontal to the ground. Can you explain how she suffered that injury?
Being struck by the car, I don't know.
Carla also insists that Janelle was not run over.
It's a low car, so I'd expect to see some strike points where the front of the car has struck her calves or around her knee area, and because it's a low car, you'd expect that she'd be struck somewhere mid-calf level or something like that. There was no injuries like that.
McNeil refuses to be cross-examined at the trial, and instead he claims his right to make an unsworn statement from the dock. Although discontinued in Australia, such statements are still legal on Norfolk Island. Despite his denials, the evidence against McNeil is overwhelming. And on March 9th, 2007, just 5 years short of the murder, the jury finds him guilty and he's sentenced to 24 years in jail. A later appeal is dismissed. While Norfolk Islanders celebrate the conviction and the resolution of the crime, there's the lingering mystery of what exactly happened to Janelle. But based on the expert examination of her injuries and McNeil's sanitised confession, it's now possible to piece together the most likely scenario. Janelle left home on her hurried walk at around 11:30. She was anxious to get in her regular exercise, but also conscious that she had to be back in time to meet her parents for lunch. She takes her usual course, turning into Rooty Hill Road and heading for the lookout, waving to her landlady, Ruth McCoy, and a few other passing cars, including Jody Williams. Also out driving that morning is Glenn McNeil. He's been smoking marijuana, and according to some who've studied this crime, it's believed he may have been taking anabolic steroids as part of his bodybuilding program. Steroids are powerful hormones which promote muscle growth, but are known to cause uncontrollable rage at the slightest provocation. McNeil's cocktail of illegal drugs has him on edge as he prowls the quiet island roads. He drives out towards the lookout, turning down Rooty Hill Road.
Forget that damn thing. Glenn.
Hi.
Yeah, good. You sort of walk around here for a bit?
Yeah. I'm just doing the do it every day, just random.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you want a walking partner? Or?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
You sure?
No, yeah, I'm good.
How about a drink? No interest in a drink?
Flattered, but I just want to finish my walk. No, thank you. No, I really got to get home, so I just want to finish my walk. So.
Yeah, you don't drink?
I drink, but not today. Okay. Just got to finish my walk. Okay.
What's the rush? Like, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. I just want to finish my walk. Is that all right with you?
I would actually like you to come for a drink. That's all.
Well, I don't want to go for a drink with you.
It's just a little drink.
No, I don't want to go for a drink with you. Stop hassling me.
Why are you being such a bitch about
I'm not being a bitch about this. You're pressuring me into something I don't want to do. Just
it's not pressure. I just want you to come for a drink. There's absolutely no pressure. Just a drink. What the hell is wrong with you?
Nothing is wrong with me.
Just come for a little drink with me.
I don't want to drink it.
What? One
leave
drink.
me alone. What's wrong with you?
Come on. Drink! Bitch! Come on!
Jody Williams, who'd driven past Janelle 10 minutes before, drives back again and sees no one. McNeil drives her back to his home, and armed with one of his chef's filleting knives, he goes to release her from the boot. If he intends to rape her, he's in for a surprise.